Security groups are the first security measure that you have to take after you create a virtual network and then subnets. So using security group, we can allow or disallow traffic to come in or go out. But there can be a lot of scenarios when we want to connect to Azure resources themselves. Let's say from a virtual machine, we want to connect to Azure Blob Storage or ADLS Gen 2, which is Azure Data Lake Storage. How do you do that? The first option is Service Endpoint, which is used to communicate from subnets to Azure resources using private network through Azure Network Backbone from the virtual network. What it does is that, let's say you have this private subnet and a virtual machine, and these are the services like Azure Storage, Azure SQL Database, Azure Synapse, Cosmos DB, etc. And we want to communicate from this virtual machine, which is sitting inside of a private subnet in a virtual network. So we can create a service endpoint, and using this service endpoint, we can connect to all these Azure resources. And the communication would happen via Azure's network backbone, which will not go to the internet, but it will still leave the virtual network or the VNet. If we do not want to do that, if you do not want our traffic, our communication to leave the virtual network, we can use private endpoints, using which communication from VNet or subnets to Azure resources are done using private link. And if we use private link, then what happens? It would be like the services like Azure Storage, SQL Database, Cosmos DB, and any services that you can think of. It would be like that they are inside of the virtual network itself. So we create a private endpoint, and using private endpoint, we connect to these resources. We can enable service endpoints and private endpoints both in the virtual network. So to enable that, we can go to a virtual network and go to subnets. These are the two subnets. This is the public subnet, and it has the network security group associated with it. And here we have service endpoint. We can select what services do you want, whether you want Azure Active Directory, Cosmos DB, cognitive services which pertain to Azure AI services, Event Hub, Key Vault, Service Bus, SQL, storage, etc. So we can enable it for Microsoft storage, and maybe you can enable it for Cosmos DB. So now using this, from this particular subnet, we can connect to Azure storage and Azure Cosmos DB using Azure's network backbone. We can attach endpoint policies also, which traffic are allowed and which traffic are not allowed, etc. Then you have private endpoints. So do you want to enable private endpoint or not? We can enable private endpoint so that the services come inside of the virtual network. I'm not doing that, but we can enable private endpoint either using network security groups or route tables. I can select network security groups, and then if we save it, both the service endpoint and private endpoints have been enabled in the public subnet. It has not been enabled in the private subnet though. We can select the private subnet and we can make modifications so that it can connect to the service. So I'll select Azure Storage again here for service endpoint, and then I'll be using network private endpoints using the network security group, and I'll be doing a subnet delegation if I have to. I'm not selecting subnet delegation as of yet, but this is how I can enable service endpoint and private endpoint. And both of them are used to connect to other Azure services from a particular Azure service. So in our case, we'll be launching virtual machines inside of these subnets, and we'll try to connect to Azure storage. So if you use service endpoint, then the traffic would go via Azure's network backbone. If you use private endpoints, then Azure would make arrangements so that the services reside inside of the virtual network itself.